Hi everyone, in this episode I want to show you the build of the workshop. The project was done in 5 weekends, so in the first 3 the structure was up and made waterproof, and the 4th and the 5th weekend the windows and doors were made, and finally of course the siding was placed. I did this project with my girlfriend in the summer of 2016, so 1 year ago, and I was just about getting into making YouTube videos. Parts of the build were nicely documented, but not everything. So it's a bit of a hodgepodge, so please bear with me on that part. Here I'm preparing the foundation. So 6 concrete tiles are used and 6 hardwood poles. The concept behind this was, so if there's a sag in the ground, there's still a second way of keeping the structure in its position. Measuring the base frame and getting it level was probably the most important job and one of the most challenging jobs of the whole build. After this, it was all easy. Under the base frame, a plastic membrane was used. This was for keeping the water out, but keeping it breathable. The membrane kept the insulation in position as well. When this was done, the floor sheets were put on top. At this point it started to rain and it got worse and worse. My girlfriend was helping here to cover the wood. We even used roofing sheets. It was quite quick teamwork. Oh yeah, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. In this step I'm putting together the stud walls. The studs are 2x2 or 44x44 millimeters, just to keep it lightweight. It's plenty strong and it makes for thinner walls, so there's more interior space. The base frame beams were 2x6s, so 44x144 millimeters. The roof slope is kept to a minimum. More slope would be better, but I like this low angle. After that, the sheets are put up to the walls. This went very quick, and from now you really can get a feel of the scale of the structure.
Oh, look at that car. My girl, that's gonna be my car.
Yeah, nigga, that same rusty ass car 15 years from now.
For us too, it was too heavy getting the sheets up, so we sawed them in half and then hoisted them up. On the top sheets we placed the membrane first and then the roofing sheets. So that weekend the weather was perfect, so no more sheltering for heavy rain. So I wanted to make the window frames myself. I regarded that as a nice challenge. I used some nice looking 2x4s and made the right cutouts with a table saw. I might do a video on this because it was an interesting step. I used plastic for the windows. You can't really see details through it. It's translucent and not transparent, but it gives a cool effect. Because I made the windows myself, I was free in the design to make them this long. They fit perfectly between the studs in the wall, and personally I think it's a nice design feature to the structure. We also made those doors. They was more simple than the windows. It's actually 4 mitered beams glued on the miter. There's a second row of the 4 mitered beams, and in the middle there's a window. At first I was worried they wouldn't be able to stay perpendicular, but after a year they are still holding up, so that's good. The inside of the door was finished with boiled linseed oil, and on the outside we used a dark wood stain. So in this last step, the siding was put on. On the front I wanted to give a modern and minimal impression, but on the side me and my girlfriend agreed to make it more natural. So we used the live edges boards in a vertical position. The wood is Douglas fir treated with boiled linseed oil. The backside has just corrugated metal sheets on it. So this is how it looks after a year. The color of the wood is still there, so that's good. And this was the story of the workshop. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.